They used to stand when she entered the room, not because she demanded it, but because her presence made silence feel necessary. And yet one day, those same people filled the streets not to see her smile or hear her speak, but to watch her disappear. History remembers her crown, but it forgets her fear. Her name was Marie Antoinette. She did not come to France as a ruler. She came as a child, 14 years old, taken from her home, her family, and everything familiar. She crossed borders. She did not choose to marry a man she barely knew and serve a country that never truly wanted her. From the beginning, she was alone. She spoke differently, lived differently, and smiled when she was nervous, which they called arrogance. Every movement she made was watched, every laugh repeated, every mistake turned into a story. She learned quickly that being queen did not mean being safe. Outside the palace walls, France was suffering. Families struggled to find food, mothers worried about tomorrow, and anger settled into people's hearts. And anger always looks for a face. Marie Antoinette became that face, not because she caused the pain, but because she was visible. Rumors spread faster than truth. They said she didn't care and lived only for comfort. Some stories were exaggerated, many were false. But once people decide who they want to hate, truth becomes unnecessary. She could not walk into the streets and explain herself, and her silence was used against her. When unrest turned into revolution, the palace stopped feeling like a home. The doors that once protected her became barriers trapping her inside. Crowds gathered, voices grew louder, and the world outside became dangerous. One day, she was taken away from the life she knew, not quietly and not gently. People stood along the streets watching. Some shouted, some stared, and some felt satisfaction. She did not recognize their faces, but she recognized their anger. In confinement, everything disappeared. The music, the warmth, the comfort. Days blended into nights, and then came the pain she never recovered from. Her children were taken from her. A mother separated from her own children, unable to protect them or even hold them, left alone with fear and silence. Outside, people did not see a mother in pain. They saw a name they had learned to hate. When she was brought before judgment, it was not about understanding. It was about release. The crowd wanted their anger to mean something. She stood weak, exhausted, and ill, trying to speak in a world that had already stopped listening. Her words did not change anything. The decision had already been made. On her final morning, she wore no royal colors, nothing that reminded the world she had once been queen. She was moved slowly through the city, not because it was necessary, but because it was intentional. People wanted one last look. She said nothing, not because she had nothing to say, but because she understood something painful. No explanation could save her. Witnesses later said she looked calm, not proud or defiant, just calm, a woman who had lost everything except her dignity. And then her story ended. But history did not stay silent forever. Years later, truths surfaced, lies faded, and people realized how much they had believed without question. She had lived in privilege and made mistakes, but she had also been human, and humanity was what the world denied her. Marie Antoinette was not destroyed because she was cruel. She was destroyed because she was convenient, a visible target for invisible pain. Her story is not just about a queen, but about what happens when anger becomes entertainment and compassion disappears. So now I ask you, was she truly responsible for her fate, or was she chosen because the world needed someone to fall? If this story touched you, if it made you pause for even a moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Was Marie Antoinette a symbol of excess, or a woman the world decided not to understand?